He does great work with that. He changes it a little bit so it's unique, it's something different. You can't find elsewhere, so it's nice.
Well, I woke one morning, found you staring down at me.
I'm Grant.
I'm Misha.
And
we are ARTNWORDZ.
Together we form. I'm Art. She's.
It's a fun, different way to look at images, and they're different images than you would see at other places. It's not just like a picture of Marilyn Monroe or a pineapple or a giraffe. They're done in a fun way on a fun dictionary page, so it's like a 2-for-1.
I'm a jewelry designer, and I did a lot of fairs, markets and events in the last year, and Grant always helped me. But then I was always thinking, well, we're two people, and how good would it be if he could sell something as well right next to me?
I've done digital photography for 26 years of my life, and we were always wondering at one point or another, what could we do with the photography that might actually blend, that we could like be side by side with each other. Mish tells me something one evening before we go to bed about this butterfly on a piece of paper and how pretty it would look, you know, and we could do a whole bunch of different things along those lines.
Like
and
dance photography.
Maybe my dance photography, and I could photograph butterflies, and we can digitize them on paper and, you know, call it a day. And I thought, I don't want to do this. This is not my... She found a dictionary, but it was a standard size for the year 2015. They're not that big in size, and it was a real thin piece of paper, but she had managed to draw a butterfly on a dictionary page, and she found a dictionary page that said...
And I framed it, and
butterfly.
I took a photo, and I sent it to him, and I said, here you go. Here, that's how it is.
And I wake up in the morning, and it's sitting on my desk, and she's like, look, and she did a bicycle, too. She drew a bicycle. Going back to the age of where Indian culture actually did this as a form of communication, not just hieroglyphics, it was their own form of entertainment and their own form of art where they would use their words associated with the art. But I just didn't see it until she had done that, of taking my digital photography, re-envisioning it, re-digitizing it, mixing and matching images. We started putting this stuff on paper, and combined with freehand drawing, we would take half-finished digital images and start to draw even to finish them up. But we really should start looking for more books,
which is fun.
That are more varied, different in color.
Second-hand stores all over the place. Wherever we are, we're like, oh, look at this bookstore. Let's stop and get them. So we get them all over.
Mish is a space maximizer, believe it or not, in this space. When this is all said and done, you'll be amazed at what will fit in here. Probably put the apartment building in here. It's all completely full. Like right now it's kind of cool because it's empty. But then this comes in, everyone just descends in here and starts building everything. As you kind of grow and you go to shows, you know, just trying to refine your booth and make it look nicer. So we'll see what happens in the end. But...
What did you ever see in me?
When I sell things in threes, I sell them in concepts as well, which I think are really important. Is that the artwork sometimes is meant to go together, which is what I'm busy doing right now.
I'll be waiting in the morning when you're coming to your senses. Don't keep telling me you didn't mean it just to make me stay. How did it get so far?
It's I lost track of the day. We are not only using a different setup for indoor, which is one thing. Another one is we have a new name for the company. We were Upcycled Art. And even through social media, we just made an announcement to our followers, and everybody else will be receiving our promotional materials with a different name on it. We just changed to ARTNWORDZ. That was predicated actually on not being able to have the domain name we wanted for every single site. We've only been doing this for 4.5 months. So it is always exciting, I guess, when you're trying something new to see how it's received or how it looks, which is kind of a cool challenge. So I'm excited, curious. I'm curious. These three are cool right here. This is 3 of my originals that I worked on the paper themselves. And while I do the concept of 3 sometimes, this is Father Time. This is the mathematician. And this is the astronomer. The paper on Father Time actually says timekeeper, which is kind of cool. And that's from 1899. This is from 1942, the paper for the mathematician. Again, this was the allegory for a love. This was I want love forever and above all else. It's actually a true mathematical equation I worked with a physicist on. And this one is the astronomer, which actually says ecliptic, which is kind of cool. And this is from 1899 as well. And together, they actually stand for the past, the present, and the future.
All the wealth of men was mine to squander.
A lot of people ask us where we get our pages from. Some of the songbooks I buy as well. I have a Beatles songbook that is going to be specially framed as one of a kinds. That will also be available to the public. And it was the first time on the Beatles one and a Bob Dylan songbook that the piano and guitar tabs were released to the public in 1964 through 1970. I have several different books that way, and those are pretty cool too, because we use a lot of the artwork from Bob Dylan to the Beatles on those pages, and they're all one of a kind, which is kind of cool too.
My praise is sung by grateful sons and daughters. My soul never.
Always loved the kind of like print on press art style and that kind of distressed and wonderful look. And what we ended up finding was the hydraulic press. What we ended up buying. It's a 3-piece set, complete with just like a little sail ship on top. You got a little nose that kind of looks like it could be a rock or a tip of an iceberg. And then on the next 2 pieces, it's this thing is a gigantic whale.
I haven't seen anything like this before, so that's the reason for the purchase. I appreciate minimal art, and it's just cool on the dictionary paper. It just looks good.
Unique, original, meaningful.
It has a charm to it that you don't find in many other things.
I totally recommend this to like everybody in the universe, and this is really cool.
Bought a couple of the anatomy ones. The artwork itself is very unique, and that's what drew me into the area and just wanted me to. It just called me out to pick everything out, and we went through a lot of art, and we really took our time to pick out the words and the art to go together.
We're done. That's it. That's what a show is like. A 2-day show. Sometimes we do shows that are 3 days. So this is the end.
I could right or wrong, so ravage everything beneath the sun.
This text that she got in from our market in San Diego that we had an art show today, and the mathematician was the one that's the equation for love. I worked with a physicist on putting it together. And these are 2 customers that wandered
She
into the
just
booth.
sent me an email of the person and said that guy on the bottom wanted an original of the mathematician if possible. He wanted to buy the one I had because it said nuclear physics, and he has a friend who's in nuclear physics.
So the word said nuclear physics, and his friend he wanted to buy it for is a physicist.
But the other lady bought it. She had seen it first, and then they kind of started arguing about it. So he just wanted to be nice because they really did fight about it, you know. So people did fight about a piece of artwork.
They were fighting about it. Wow, that's awesome. It's a really awesome thing to be able to talk to people and find out what moves them or what they enjoy. And we always love hearing from people in terms of creations, and it helps us know that we're on the right track or on the mark.